Good morning. I just asked a member of our children's choir how she was doing this morning, and she said, fantabulous. Sunshine changes things, doesn't it? It is a joy for me to welcome you to worship at Second Presbyterian Church on this fifth Sunday in the sacred season of Lent as we gather our hearts and minds in worship. This morning we continue our Lent sermon series on the virtues that shape our character and build our community. We invite you to join us for these remaining weeks of Lent, and particularly as we approach Holy Week. More on that in a moment. If you are a guest with us in worship, we want to extend a particularly warm welcome to you. There are cards in each one of your pews that provide opportunities to leave contact information. We would love to welcome you by name later this week. You can leave that information either on the card or using the QR code on the back. And we invite all of you, guests and members alike, to a time of fellowship and refreshment around coffee and donuts in McFarland Hall, which is just behind the sanctuary down either of the hallways behind me. Our college ministry team will be sending spring care packages this week to Second's college students, and we want to be sure we have as complete a list of college students as possible, as well as accurate addresses. And so if you are in touch with a college student in or around Second Church, would you take a moment to send their address using the form at secondchurch.org/events? You'll find a link, Spring College Care Packages, and we'd love for you to do that early this week so that we can get those packages out. On Tuesday evening, men at Second will host their monthly revival here at Second this month in room 356. The Reverend Dr. John Coppich will be the speaker this month. The cost is $15 for dinner. You can pay that at the door on Tuesday evening. On Wednesday, our Lenten Wednesday night series wraps up. Join us for a family activity at 5:30, worship in Milner Chapel at 6:15, and dinner at 6:45. And finally, next Sunday, Holy Week begins with our Palm Sunday worship at 10 o'clock next Sunday morning. On Wednesday, April the 5th at 5:30 p.m., Children and Family Ministries will host a Stations of the Cross event that's sponsored by Children and Family Ministries, but all are invited. We will gather here in the sanctuary on Maundy Thursday, April the 6th at 8 o'clock for a service of Tenebrae and communion. And on Good Friday, April the 7th, we will worship in Milner Chapel from noon to 3. That service is designed as a come and go as you are able worship opportunity. Finally, 2 weeks from today, on Sunday, April 9th, we will celebrate Easter and the resurrection of the Lord with services beginning at 7:15 a.m. with a sunrise service on the Labyrinth in the north parking lot, and then 2 sanctuary services at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. That's 2 weeks from today. Worship will be at 9 and 11. There's childcare available for children 3 and younger, and other children are invited to worship with their families here in the sanctuary. You can find all of this at secondchurch.org/Holy Week. And now, as those who seek a courageous faith, let us gather our hearts to worship God.